Edelson, Nora, Elias, when we're cold, a cocoon to curling cuddle folds. When the creatures cover up our shoulders, enveloped, we almost forget to breathe. The stones laying flower beds, you arranged and rearranged them to fit. It's creative fingers green, like the perfect mother I've ever seen. A creature comforts when we're cold, a cocoon to curling cuddle folds. When the creatures cover up our shoulders, enveloped, we almost forget to breathe. When we're cold, a cocoon to curling cuddle folds. When the creatures cover up our shoulders, enveloped, we almost forget to breathe. The stones laying flower beds, you arranged and rearranged them to fit. It's creative fingers green, like the perfect mother I've ever seen. A creature comforts when we're cold, a cocoon to curling cuddle folds. When the creatures cover up our shoulders, enveloped, we almost forget to breathe.
Take your seat and get ready. We need to start.
Yeah, sorry, I got ordered to run away.
as our bursting garden shoots intertwine. The creature comforts when we're cold, the cocoon to curling cuddle folds. When the creatures cover up our shoulders, enveloped, we almost forget to breathe. The stones lay in flower beds, you arranged and rearranged them to fit. It's creative fingers green, like the perfect mother I'd ever seen. A creature comforts when we're cold, a cocoon to curling cuddle folds. And when the creatures cover up our shoulders, enveloped, we almost forget to breathe.
So at least we go quick.
Stood in a world of vines, you were still so lovable in this light. Take on the winds tonight as our bursting garden shoots intertwine. The creature comforts when we're cold.
We still have entries in the speed tournament in the It's a tournament with £2,000 added, £50 entry. The tournament will start at 12 and we will stop entries at 64 minutes. There are 7 spots left in the speed tournament. 7 spots left in the speed tournament.
It was. You mind if I ask? Did you see what the ball was? Was it originally 1-6 or 2-6? I thought I knocked it over.
No, it was 1-6.
All right. Yeah. All right. No worries. No worries. I believe you. I don't really care one way or the other that much. Actually, this might be better.
I'm not 100% sure.
All right, then let's ask. In there, right?
Yeah.
Oh, you saw it originally?
It was 1-6.
Okay.
It was 1-6.
Yeah. All right. All right. Okay. I'm okay with that.
I thought it was.
Yeah, I just want to get it right. Whatever it is, I want to get it right.
Registration in Speed Hammer is now closed, and we will make the draw.
You're out of the speed down, you can find jackpots are open, but we need to be out of all the other things.
Is it here? What?
En esta carta. Doble 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Y pide. Entonces ahí, tú te tienes que quedar acá. Te tienes que quedar acá. Y te mueves el 2 a 6. Cuanto más atrás te quedes, mejor. En la situación en la que estás, ¿qué tiene que hacer? Esperar para el derecho. Eso está a la defensiva.
Follow that for the duration of the break. So now we are in the other semi-finals. Quiet, close match also, 10-9. So maybe you can tell a little bit about Marc from Belgium, your
my friend
and colleague, backgammon
playing
colleague.
Playing partner.
Yes.
We play every week in our club in Ghent, in Flanders, in the northern part of Belgium. Marc is also very dedicated, records all his matches. We record all our matches, all our PRs go into tables. And Marc is, of course, the current #1 in Belgium, PR-wise. He has an official BMAB ranking on the international BMAB list of Masterclass 1 with a PR of 4.3 for the moment. So that's his true average, over 750 experience points. So he is Belgium's #1. He had a very close match in the quarterfinal.
What is going on in
What
this?
is
Should he
going
be
on?
cubing now? Actually, yes,
He does.
I agree. That's very aggressive. He has
yes,
many
I
checkers in the
agree.
zone.
Hard to take.
Yeah, it's hard to take.
Hard to take, yeah.
And he passes.
Good. Marc is very aggressive, I can tell you that. He's very aggressive with the cube, initial cubes. He doesn't mind giving a cube which is like 30 millipoints too early. He's aggressive. But he's been in the circuit for more than 20 years, already in the early days of Snowy, he was a very dedicated student of the game.
Okay.
So he is a force to be reckoned with.
Wow.
Yeah, and he has been rolling like a monster
In
the
this
past
tournament?
days. Yes, he hasn't lost a match yet. He
Wow.
won 5 in a row
Wow.
in the qualifiers, then won 2 yesterday. He had a very close match against Papa Christopoulos, Kimon.
Yes.
21 games for
Wow.
a 15-point match. It went like point by point, and it ended in a super exciting double match point. So that was a tough battle, but he does have a lot of stamina, Marc, and he's very determined.
So now he's entering into kind of a holding game, containing one checker kind of thing. So here I would probably make the 3-point. Yeah.
Who rolled?
It was Marc.
Marc.
It's Marc's roll white. So he needs to play the 5-3.
Or 2 down.
Wow.
That's a bit, I'm not sure about this.
I thi-
Although,
I think making the 3-point also unstacks that heavy 6-point. So I know you leave 6 shots, but it's part of the prime. The cost is to leave your give away your 8-point for a while.
he's putting back the checkers wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, good. Fortunately, Marc is alert. Excuse me. What's the other guy's first name?
Jack
Jack.
Edelson.
Yes.
He was actually playing in the semi-final also last year, as far as I remember. He lost to Carsten Bredel after being ahead by a lot. So Carsten was catching up and managed to win and eventually win the tournament.
I remember that. So Marc ended up not clearing his 18-point, but chose to play 2 down. It's funny because this is now a 9-point match, and yesterday in the match against Kimon, the score was 6-6 to 15. And I sent a text message to our training partner at home who said Marc is very sharp and very strong in 9-point matches. And I was going to correct him and say, but it's a 15-point match. But of course, when the score is 6-6 to 15, it's a 9-point match. And here we have a 9-point match again. Again, a cube, early. Well, early, I'm not sure if it's early or not.
But it's a take, of course, I would say. But again, there are many checkers in the zone.
Yes.
He will definitely attack.
Yeah.
So let's see if he has skills and the luck needed to carry out that attack. He saves the blood, I would. Or maybe not.
Would be
You
interested
could.
to know the race. I would save the blood, yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to get hit here because, I mean,
23, 4, right.
the white must be ahead by a little bit. Another point. Now he has a prime, so now it starts looking
good. It pays off, his initiative.
But also the thing of doubling early, it's always the concept, because if you are the stronger player against a weak player, you actually don't want the volatility of the cube by doubling early. But again, you do get a lot of passes out of it. Even though, I mean, a friend of mine, he made an early thing, even doing World Championship finals, and looked at no doubles and how much equity was thrown away in these 30 big finals on no doubles.
Okay.
And it was quite a bit. But then, on the other hand, he looked at how much was then thrown away on actually people passing those no doubles, and that was a monster. I mean, it was so much more. So if you can manage to get that bluff double in, and you're making those 400, 500 mistakes by passing no doubles, that is maybe like 30 off.
Yes, the art of making a bluff double, of course, is to be able to assess how much bluff value there is. How dangerous does a position look? How scary is it for the opponent to take? If it's highly gammonish, people sometimes get scared.
Yeah, and tell from the
He
opponent.
breaks his... oh no, he doesn't yet break his
No.
prime, but it was close.
And he hits back.
Wow.
You will hit here because one number that he cannot play, and
Yes.
right away
Yeah,
he has to
like
break
2-6.
it.
2-6. 3-1. No, not 3-1. I'm not good at these things.
I think I would hit
I agree.
Hit and then just
Or just make the 3 point, and then you also have bad numbers like 6. No,
no, the sixes will make
Yes.
the 2 point. But at least if you hit here any number entering that like 2-6, as you say,
Yes.
like even something like 3-5 or 1-5, it's not something you'd like to play.
Well, I wouldn't mind. But
Yeah.
no, you don't.
I mean, you need to go
sure,
in and
sure,
leave a lot of plots, and
And you can get counter primed.
certainly you can get counter primed. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the hit here is worth it.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
By the way, on the screen we can see the gentleman in the middle there, which is Marc's father. So the gentleman in the middle with the glasses is Marc Stevens, who plays intermediate, Marc's father, watching closely. So he did hit, and we can see
That's
which
a
entering
fan.
number Marc has. Dancing would
That
be
was a
okay.
fan.
I think that's okay. More than okay. It's a great roll,
mm.
I would say. Wow, now you have ugly rolls. 2-6 remains the ugliest. 1-5.
That was.
You go ahead. Of
Yeah,
course, you need to keep the 6 prime.
Need to keep that prime.
But exciting things can happen. Look at
1-6.
this.
That is
Wow.
not
Do
too
you double
easy.
hit or do you prime?
Good question. Good
Wow.
question.
I think I would. I don't know.
I think I would prime because I mean, if he enters with the 1, you have an even game. Don't you see here? If you hit both, he needs to enter with 2 and not escape.
Right.
I
He
have
does hit
doubts.
Wow.
This one you just risk that he will never enter, and
Yeah.
you will just. I think that's quite likely that you will have to be forced to hit him now.
Yes. And Marc, I think Marc likes this because the
can
likelihood
just
of staying on the bar has increased.
Yeah.
Because he's got 2 checkers on the bar. It would be an interesting position to check later. Prime versus primes are always exciting.
The thing is here that we don't have XG, so we need
We
to
do,
have.
we
Yeah, we
do,
do,
we do,
but
but
not live transcribing.
No.
So we are not. We are trying to do our own opinion, and I actually kind of like this, so you can see we are not superhumans.
Mm-hmm.
We make mistakes, but we can try to tell you what goes on inside our head.
Uh-huh.
So what here?
Yeah.
What do you do? It's a good question.
That's a very good question.
Do you? I think actually you have to play this one. Yeah, exactly.
Really?
I think so.
And hoping for rolls like 1-4, 1-3,
Yeah.
2-3,
Rolling
2-4.
something that doesn't
Mhm.
contain a 5 or a 6.
Right.
So at least you have basically all enter number that doesn't contain a 5 or 6.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 8, that's 12 numbers that are
Mhm.
bad here.
Yes. Dancing is the best that Marc can do
Best.
here.
Sitting down, looking at the opponent
And
Yeah.
high numbers are not
play
good
the
for
same
Jack.
again. You cannot hit.
But again, you give your opponent bad numbers.
Yeah.
The same bad numbers.
12 bad numbers. That was
Aye,
one of
there's
them.
one.
And look now, he needs to open
Ooh,
from
needs
behind
to
now.
open.
So he needs to leave the 6s, I would say. It doesn't actually really matter if it's the 5 or the 6s. I think the 6s are better because if missed, then you have the better prime.
Yes.
So you need to play to the 4 point.
How about
You
the
don't
cube?
like it?
How about the cube?
Exactly. How about
In
the
small numbers point. And
10,
and
10.
the 6 escapes.
You need to stop out here, stop up here, and really think hard.
Wow. Because this is very gammonish. Any 6 with a small number, you can double hit and you have a high gammon value, which would be 8 points if
So
you win a
have-
gammon.
have something like 12 good hitting numbers where you point right, and on top of that you have another 11 escape numbers.
This is a bluff. This is. I don't know if technically it's a cube or not,
Yeah.
but you can ship this even if it's a monstrous.
Yeah, exactly. It has big bluff potential no matter what, because you go to the other side and you look and you really don't like it.
Exactly. I mean, lots of people would drop this, and I'm not sure what it is. What is the right cube action?
I don't know.
Steve?
I don't know.
You don't
But
know.
if you should analyze
it's
it, you have
pass.
12 numbers pointing on him. While normally it's 14, but I would say double 4 and double 3 is not a good pointing number. So
Okay.
I take them away.
Mhm.
So 12 numbers, and then you have another 11. That's 23 that jumps out. Already gammonish. That's 23 numbers. Then you have 13 numbers that maybe do not play. Those those 13 numbers contain a 5. That could be something like 5-1, 5-2, 5-3, 5-4, meaning that on these you will hit, lose, but not run. So I really also like the double here. Cube and let the other part think. The question must be if it's a pass or a take. Don't you agree?
Oh, I'm now putting the position into XG, you know, because I have no idea. My feeling is I would drop this.
Yeah.
If I get a recube to 4,
So
I drop it.
So alone based on that, you would cube. Without saying anything, you would cube. Because if you don't know, that's the simple rule of thumb, as you say. If there's a cube, if you don't know if you would take on the other side, your opponent probably feel the same. And there's so much more in this one. It's so exciting, this one. I also think I would pass this one. The match is over if it goes wrong for you.
Yes, because the only there's like nothing is bad for red.
But it can
maybe double
the thing is,
5.
it can turn around so quickly, right? 5-1. Do you hit on 5-1? You probably do.
It's a monstrous stake for money.
For money.
For money,
yes.
it's a 400 millipoint take if I put the.
But it's a 4 cube and gammon is positioned, and the gammon counts a lot here.
So it's a match to 9.
Yeah, and it's a recube.
It's a recube, yes. It is a recube.
Now we're looking in XG to get the
match
right
to
answer.
9. Match to 9.
So he passed.
Yeah. It's a monstrous no redouble.
Something must be.
No, it's correct.
Wow.
It's a monstrous no redouble, and it's a gigantic take. 430 millipoints. This is so difficult.
It's so hard.
It's so who can take this? The really good ones, I'm sure.
But that's a good question. How do you analyze this one? It's so hard. You can also say, you can of course argue, what is the probability you don't get to run in the next 2 rolls, that you don't roll a 6 in 2 rolls? It's quite high. You know that. And if you do that, very, very fast that 8 cube will come over, meaning that the gammon is worthless. But you are gambling.
But you see the human factor. The human factor. We were just talking about bluff doubles 10 minutes ago, and this is exactly this kind of position. I wonder if Jack knew that this was technically a no redouble. His winning chances are typically for prime versus prime pretty low, like 58%. But he's got 31% gammons. This is a typical prime versus prime.
From my perspective, not from Mark's. It's of course far from over. What are you doing? Oh, Mark is back. Sorry. Back in.
once again in the semi-final. He's been winning a lot. He won in Iceland, didn't he? I think he won the main tournament
He won
and the
main
super jackpot.
tournament and the super jackpot in Iceland. He also did quite well in, was it in New York? Yeah, I know Kimon, he won
Kimon won.
New York.
Yes.
Maybe he won in Venice.
He wasn't in New York, no, I think.
No, then
I'm not sure.
he won in Venice.
That's possible. Yep.
I think that.
Mm-hmm.
Or ended up second. So what happens here? There's a very, very close match.
Yep. 7-point match.
After that interesting cube we saw earlier.
Oh yes. We still have it on our screen here because it baffled us both.
Yeah.
I think you also said you would have dropped.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, me too. It's a fantastic example of a bluff double. I'm still gasping for breath as I watch this position. A great cube. Well, the cube is hugely wrong, but in a way it's great.
Yeah.
Purely because of the bluff value.
So we'll need to have that look at that one later on.
Yes.
Maybe we can learn something from that one. But it's also, how do you analyze it? I
Yeah.
mean, that's what I'm thinking when I see this. How do you tackle it? How do you look at it? Do you look at the dice map? So now we have a cube here also.
It's now Jack
Looks like
cubing.
Jack, no.
Marc again.
Cubing, yeah.
Yeah, I agree with the cube.
That's
46.
the race here.
103, 135 for white. 110, 121, 146. Yeah, about 10, 12 pips is my quick count.
So Marc is up.
Marc is up about 10 pips,
Yeah.
if I have counted right. 74.
12 away, 7-point match. It's a fine double, I would say.
Yes. He has a market losing sequences, all high doubles, I would say. Plus 3-1. Jack, of course, has a healthy structure. The race, I think the race.
It's close.
It is
I think it's a borderline double, pass, borderline take pass. It's a matter of how much does it mean that they are actually on the 16 point.
Yes.
Those two, that what does it take to clear those? If these two were on the 13 point,
Yes.
I would say it would be a small pass because of the bar point
Mm-hmm.
that white has. But they are not. They are on the 16 point, and you have to clear that one also.
47, yeah.
He passes.
Yeah.
I would say it's a close call, this one.
Okay. Because of the contact, because of the fact that Marc still needs to clear that 16
Yes,
points.
exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And the race is just, I have that reference that I got from Mucci once, where you put the checkers on, you put like the checkers on the 5 and the 6 and the 8 and the 9 point, and then you leave one behind, and white is home free, and or at least he has the checker on the midpoint, and 9, 8, 6 and 5 point, and in that case you can handle 11 pips down.
That's interesting. That's interesting.
So,
yes.
so let's see. Now we started off this one with a double
Yeah.
early double free again to
Mhm.
Marc.
Marc
five.
rolls a nice one. What do you do here?
Is that Marc's roll? then?
That's Marc's roll.
Wow, I would move from behind. Yeah.
Yes.
You need, that is a very strong move. Now you have a solid position.
Mm-hmm. And he can even consider to play to the 11 and then hoping for an efficient cube. I'm not sure how to handle these things. I think the 5 point takes precedence.
Yeah. I mean, it's always strong to make the 5 point, as you know, even though you want to use the checkers on the 6 point to do it. But anyway, you have many checkers in the zone now. Yeah, you're getting close to the cube here. At least you need to
Cube
stop
is
over
coming.
and think, count. You know him. You say he is aggressive.
Yep.
And the other one,
Is he going to? He's considering it.
he is thinking, yes.
Looking at the clock also, because he's perilously down in time. 6 minutes only. At a 5 away, 6 away score, it's
So now you look at how
not
many
comfortable.
shots you would actually like to play down from midpoint, but
yeah.
you do leave 6-2, 5-3, 6-7 numbers, right?
Yes.
But that's also a bit. 6 number is a bit, but what is the alternative? That's to play another one to the 5 point. That is also quite ugly, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you strip your 8 points. So I think this is, and he his risk.
Yeah, he took a
his
little risk here.
investment, Yeah, the investment, it paid off.
Because Jack had a 3-point board, so
what
it's
now?
what now? Jack, in the meantime, has a 4-point board, which means that any shot you get could be deadly.
Yeah. I would not pass this one, that's for sure.
No. No.
But you have a solid. Maybe you need another point.
Yeah, Mark waits. You clear your 16
Clearing
here,
it. Now
right?
you leave the 4 shots.
Yeah.
That is, of course, deadly, more or less.
Yeah,
this,
yeah,
not-
yeah.
it will
If he
turn
survives
around.
this, we will see the cube. Now we will see the cube because he has all kinds of rolls which improve. Making the bar, making a
Yeah,
point in board. There it
instant. I
is.
also like the way it could just boom,
Mm-hmm.
instant. Now you can think.
Yeah.
This is again
Yes,
he
yes,
passes that one.
Mm-hmm.
So it looks like maybe Edelson is a little. I would not say afraid. That is the wrong word, but I mean it looks like
Cautious.
he is,
Cautious. Yeah, 5 away, 7 away. So that's a 2-0 lead in a 7-point match. That means Marc should be a little more hesitant now to give an initial cube.
Yeah.
Because the recube to 4
Now
is very
Edelson
powerful.
plays the aggressive 4-1.
Yeah, 4-1 slot.
Pays off.
Right, 6-3 runs out all the way.
Yeah. Leaving him up 4 pips.
Mhm.
Hoping not to be hit. No hit. He makes the
Clo-
5 point.
right.
That's clear.
I wonder how aggressive Jack will handle the cube.
6-4. He will make the 9 point on the other side.
I agree. Yeah. You just hope
Up
that...
6 pips. White is up 6 pips.
Good. How you saw that quickly.
No, I just kept track of the countings.
Wow.
6 pips, so he's up 1 now.
Mm-hmm.
Leaving some shots. But still, I
Yes,
think
yes.
it's correct. You have the stronger board. You can't
Mhm.
afford it. You are behind. You want the complexity. You
Mm-hmm.
want to give an early cube. So this is the way forward, I think.
But you are vulnerable on 2 sides of the board. I'm not sure about it.
But they're duplicated. They're duplicated numbers.
6-5.
right?
You run.
Yeah.
You run. If you survive, you're very happy.
Yeah.
Only deuces hit. There it is.
And you will make the 9 point.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. So what now? If he
Now, if he dances, I would know what to do. This is
he will go to the 9 point with the and put another
I
pillar on the 9 point.
yes, I agree.
Nothing fancy yet. I
Yeah,
think it's still
yeah,
a
he's considering a cube.
easy
Look,
take.
look.
Yeah, it's an easy take.
It's easy take, but he has market losers.
He does for sure. I think he needs here to make the 3 point and outboard him with a 3 against the 1 point.
Mm-hmm.
Many aces that hit are duplicated. I wouldn't play. I think actually I would make the point
Uh-huh.
because I mean even 3-1, 4-1 is like you would like to make the 5 point, 2-1. You would like to make the bar point and instead duplicating them on the ace.
Mm-hmm.
And also it's giving you a little bit of outfield coverage.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't run.
Yeah. It's a hard decision.
Yeah, it is.
Because making the 3-point leaves the direct shot.
Now you need to make the 2 point.
Nah, there's nothing else. Unless you make a tempo hit with a 6-4, but I don't think so. No.
You're outboarded.
Yeah, sure.
That's kind of
Mhm.
the play bold, play safe criteria here.
Oh, double 5. It's a
Not a good one, but
no.
you may of course you make the 4 point and then you make, I would say, the ace point.
I agree.
And if he doesn't escape
Yeah,
now
yeah.
or make a point or something,
Mm-hmm.
he escaped. He has actually a choice here.
Yes,
You can run or you can make the 3 point. I like that play.
you do.
Yeah, I do.
He's down in the race, of course, now. So running is like anti-thematic, but it
is,
might
but,
well
I
be
mean,
right.
You don't want to be hit in there. You want to avoid the hit.
Mm-hmm.
Now he has the upper side, so you can say if he was not hit on the ace, he would have the upper side.
Mm-hmm.
Now you just move to the 8 point,
I agree.
putting in the spares in position, so
Mhm.
they are ready to attack.
Good.
and the 3-point is kind of, when you have the 9-point, is not the best place to be.
Jack will run. I'm not sure. Well, I think so. Being ahead in the race, you cannot afford
I don't
to
know
stay back.
exactly what the race is anymore, but he's
Oh.
clearly ahead.
Yes. Yeah, he's up about 25 pips.
Yeah, after the move.
Is my rough estimate. Tense, of course, for both players. It would be huge to reach the final. Jack, of course, played a couple of years ago an exciting final in Washington, D.C. against Victor Ashkenazi, which he won. That was a great victory for Jack.
It actually means a lot that you have tried to play these big finals and
Of
have
course.
tried not to get nervous. And I mean, if you have been in one and maybe even won one, it's kind of, you feel more relaxed and you can play your better play, I would say,
Mhm.
and not be too worried and thinking about what is the right play and not be too nervous and
Mhm.
not take like that cube. But anyway, that's now we're looking at the cube we had at early in the game at 9 away, 9 away.
Mhm.
A very, very interesting position.
6-5 points. Good roll for Marc.
Definitely.
Definitely,
Racing
yes.
roll, who gained 14
Mhm.
pips in the race.
When a
and a fan.
dance.
And
Now
we have a
Marc,
shoulder shot.
he doubles.
Instantly.
Yes.
Maybe he knows the race, but maybe he have track of the race
No,
here.
no. Well,
So you have 12.
I think you can take. I'm not sure. Whoa.
He passes.
He's behind. Yeah, White has 106, and I think Red now had 110 or more, 114 maybe. He passes. Wow, a good, fortunate sequence for Marc. You know, pointing and then followed by a dance. It looks that things are going Marc's way once again, but of course,
3-0 in a
It's
7-point match.
yeah, a lot can still happen.
I like the aggressive. There's no hesitating. Just make the aggressive play, and
Yeah.
that's instantly right. And
Mhm.
Marc hits that one. That's an important hit to get the early lead in the match or
Yes.
in the game.
And an unfortunate re-entry.
Yeah.
What to do with the 6? Oof.
Always
Do you
misplay
play
these
10-4?
sixes.
Yeah, 10-4.
I like that.
3s are duplicated. I like it too. But sometimes, you know, just playing 24 to 18,
Yeah,
the big
it's
split
correct.
is correct.
It's
Very
it is
hard to
actually
judge.
often not correct to go out with the 1 and 3 point. I mean,
Mhm.
to the 16 point.
Uh-huh.
That is, I have at least myself, I've made that mistake a few times.
Mhm.
It's not a blunder or anything, but
Mhm.
it's a clear mistake.
Uh-huh.
In these kinds of position where you enter and you're kind of trying not to leave too many blots. 4-1.
Yeah, a bit of a nondescript role for Marc for a
Just go to
change.
the 11 point.
Yes.
5 trees blocked, so it's not that many, and there's
Mhm.
not on the side should he hit. So that must be clear.
Yes.
Good play. Double 3.
Yeah, wow, it's difficult. You need like lots of 3s. You can cover your 4 points, but you would also like to make a high anchor.
What is the race here? I actually
No
think I
idea.
will- you could cover the 4 point and split your back.
Mm-hmm.
That is also a possibility to make 2 points.
We had
That's
never
also-
considered
I
that.
also like that one.
I like it too, yes. I have no idea what's right.
In this score, I think I would play that one.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of really put the pressure on White.
Mm-hmm.
And lots of the trees that hits, that's the alternative.
Mm-hmm.
That was the first one I looked at, but I like the other one better.
Uh-huh.
You're just so much stronger, and the trees, you have 6-3, you have
Mhm.
3-1, that are actually duplicated, kind of, because you also want to make the 5 point, right?
Sure. Making the 5 points looks good. You
like
put some
that.
immediate pressure, and the 3s are highly duplicated. 3-1, 6-3.
3-2
5-3.
is a good roll.
It's a good one.
Marc.
Yeah. Yes. Do
You
two
make it
good
even.
things. Yeah.
Clean clean up a bit and hit.
Yeah, that's a great roll. It's a
Great
great roll. Yeah, it's in the
And
Joker
he enters
category.
with a 6. So
Yeah.
now
Now
he just
it's
plays the contact move, and I like that.
Mhm.
He is consistent with his kind of aggressive play when he's behind
Mhm.
Jack. So I like that. 6-3. I think you go for the. I don't know if you call that the double tiger, but I think you go for the double hit here.
Double tiger is actually double hitting
To
in the board.
yeah, so this, but I think this is clear. This is
Yeah.
what he has to do.
Mhm.
If that is missed, he has clearly the upper hand. Oh, that's a great entry.
Okay,
That's a
great
one.
entry. Yes, Marc cannot dance, so we could see some.
4-3.
Yeah.
He
Okay.
needs to hit, I think,
Yep.
on the 4 point.
Mm-hmm. He has the assurance or the insurance of the anchor now. Uh-huh. That's nice.
You get into a kind of a mutual holding game with extra contact.
Yes.
So
Haha. Here is our expert commentator. You're out. Aha. Mm-hmm.
So Marc made a great entry on aces.
Mm-hmm.
So Jack is trying to clean up a bit and being ready to just shuffle the checkers around. It's kind of a mutual holding game, quite simple game, and Marc would be happy for that because
Sure.
it's easy to play. The volatility is low, not big gammon chances.
Mm-hmm. Well, 4 checkers back.
So now we get that American guy to join us
Mm-hmm.
in the box. So it's kind of a Europe against US in this one. So I don't know. Yeah, it's fine. We just
Because my voice doesn't carry.
So just to put you up to date, Marc is again rolling well, but not quite as monstrously as yesterday. No, it's a bit more hesitant, but I think he has the edge as far as luck goes. I don't think I would consider this
no.
breaking my board. This
But-
looks
but
like a bit careless.
If red was like clearly ahead and it was like a holding game, then yes, you could consider
Uh-huh.
something like that. But in this game, I wouldn't do it.
Absolutely bad. It's a very bad idea.
But he's trying to escape now and just run it home. He is ahead in the race, so no doubt about that. Now he can actually, he has a free play. You need to think here, I can do whatever because there is 3 plus. But look at the race. If red is ahead, you don't want to run with the 2 rear ones. So this is probably the right play. But you could also run from the 15 point and be nearly sure not to be hit because it would be too expensive.
Yeah, because red's just going to redevelop. So now all of a sudden, an ace makes a 4.4.
But it's a typical. I think now you need to make. I would make the 9 point here. I would have made the 9 point
Yeah.
because of the 2 plots and you have the insurance of the anchor.
The 6-5 is a good shot, right?
Yeah, you play down from the midpoint here, or cover the 2 point. That's the 2 options.
Threes and ones, but
Well, the thing is that Jack is hugely up in the race. At least 20, 25 pips.
Exactly. So he wants
So-
to break the contact.
Right, now that there's a blot in board, I think breaking contact is definitely something to consider. Also typical for this position is the stripped, so the brittleness of the position for Marc. You know, all these stripped points in the outfield means that there's lots of rolls which leave shots.
Actually doubt how to play this one.
I can agree.
Like, because I mean, of course, when you leave this one, there's a lot hit a bit more Hit and cover numbers, right?
Yes.
On the other one, I mean, you have the insurance of the 18 points, but that was a huge no double.
Yeah.
And we actually both argued that it might. We tended like to feel like it was a pass, but it's a huge take.
I mean, just because I was like, wow, he doesn't really, these fives don't crack and things like that. But the problem is,
Actually, just before that one, we discussed a lot about bluff doubles, and this is the perfect bluff double. Because I mean, the sixes are good. You have all other numbers that is just pounding on you, and you kind of feel like, oh, I've already lost a gammon if you are like the glass is half empty type of guy.
So Jack decided to stay back.
Yeah.
And I think it's good because you don't want to give Marc the opportunity to hit himself out of trouble. You know, he has to give up a point. You see, he's losing connectivity. He has no more outfield. This is tactically very challenging. And I would not really have an idea to handle it.
I wouldn't play. I actually think I would leave that one there because, I mean, you have said... Exactly. This one is so much easier. Of course, it also leaves, and you need to hit.
You hit and jump out?
I don't know. That's the one. That's for sure.
I would jump out. I mean, you make a nice point.
Yeah. And even...
Uh-huh.
Plus leaving double shots. And he will not cube on this one, so it's only on an initial cube, so you don't risk the gammon, or at least not the 4-point gammon. Monster Joker.
bam. And now the pressure is on for the 2-6 from the bottom.
That was a 2. Wow. So what now?
You cannot, against the 5-point board, you cannot.
And a fan.
Wow, the huge. Will he go for the throat? He's capable of cubing this. Look.
Wow.
He is aggressive.
This is a take.
This is aggressive.
This is a take.
Wow.
At the score, it's...
Yeah. No. Marc passed this one.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
it's-
Yeah.
Yeah, Marc doubled. Now it's Jack.
This one is definitely... Wake up, Carter.
Yeah, I know.
That's fair enough, but he needs to take that. That's a huge take, this one, I would say. At that score... So, deliberately we switched off the microphone from Carter, so... But here, I would say this... I would take it without hesitating at this score. I know you can lose the match on this one, but you really need to take this one. Maybe I'm wrong, but I would take it. I have to be honest. I would eat it for breakfast and ship it for lunch. Reship it for lunch. Yeah, it's a huge no double.
It's the same kind of
I
cube
kind
action
of
as
felt
in the
that.
previous position. It's a huge no double, a 400 millipoint take, but scare factor.
He passes.
Wow. You
Wow.
see, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. It's another bluff double.
Wow.
Wow.
I felt
Wow, look at
instantly that
this.
This one you cannot pass because you have the 5-point board and one hit and you're back in the game. And it's over for the other one. Wow. And you just have those that you just love shipping that 4 cube at that score.
Exactly.
I would never have passed this one.
That's strong move, Steen.
You can't play solid, and then sometimes you just have that brain. You're like, oh my god, I don't want to get so close. I mean, he lost in the semis last year. He doesn't want to go through that same thing. Like, oh.
And he was way ahead last year. Way ahead.
And but to his credit, he was sick as a dog. Like he was.
Yeah, that's right.
Sweating.
Yeah. He was ill.
He blew off most of his time on like
Yeah.
the first 3 games. Like he just wasted so much time.
I mean,
So, is it green? Are you green on the?
Yes. Oh, I'm I carry.
He's
it.
confident.
Now Carter is online.
I'm fine. I'm finally. They can finally hear my delicate voice.
But now you have an interesting score. That 3 away is always very interesting. I mean, normally I say when you have a contact in that position, you need to be absolutely sure it's a pass normally before you double.
yeah.
Look, 2 blots. Can you make the 10 point here?
Yeah, you can.
Making the 10 point was definitely an option, I would say.
That's something to consider. That's for sure.
That would have hit.
It would have hit, but it would have left 2 blots.
Yeah, that's true. But as we know from the double tiger theory, the 2 blots are sometimes.
But of course, this is a nice game for Marc because it's a holding game. There's not much gammon in it, so
Right.
it's a quiet game, and you want that when you're ahead.
Right. You don't want a volatility.
Just play to the 2 point.
Yeah.
You don't want to leave shots now. You just want to play safe,
Right.
clear the points, and win the race. That's the plan.
That's the
If you're
plan,
Marc.
and it always
If you're
works.
Marc.
The plan always works.
If you're Jack, it's a little different.
It's a Setosaurus. Yeah. Okay.
You
I
need
bring
to
it
play
in.
to the 4 point. Yeah.
You can't dump to
Yeah.
the 2.
You
Then
cannot leave
that
the shot
checker's
now.
dead.
You just need to. Now it turns into a race. 8 pips ahead there, and ahead there, so it looks like red is ahead.
All right. Goodbye, mid.
Yeah, I think the race is now close-ish.
Yeah.
There's not more than 5 pips in it.
Yeah. I
But
mean, the
that's
gap on the 6
initial
transposes to the
cube
5.
on a race. It's a race. He can use all the points. There's no gammon. I mean, Jack is probably a little bit ahead, right?
Right.
Just a
Marc
little
would love to get this cube
bit to
because his take point is a little lower than normal. Because 2 points would bring him to Crawford.
Yeah, exactly.
Of course, he's got a gap on the 5. Does that play a part in a
It does.
in the
I mean,
race?
well, especially when you're bearing in, you have that hole, and you just seem to hit it all the time.
It
So
was only 3 pip difference. Now he's 10 pips ahead, right?
Yep.
Boom.
And now he's 14 ahead.
You said he wasn't killing him, but
Yeah, well, he's
That was a great
finding
roll.
back his
14 pips.
luck. Wow,
no,
he's
10
gonna.
pips.
Can he cube? Will he cube?
He should.
65,
10
75 for white.
10 pips.
85. It's close-ish. He'll give it.
What is
He
it?
gave a cube like this at 6 away, at 3 away, 6 away
What
to
was the race?
Kimon.
Hold on, 26, 24, we're down.
75 for white. 85. 75, 85.
10 pips.
Yeah, 10 pips.
So normally you can take 9 down at that score. So it's.
I
one
think
less,
you can
so
take
have
this. You
something
really,
like
you aren't going to have
19%.
you aren't going to have action for 4
You had
cubes.
something like 19.
And he's got the wedge kind of, you know.
Mhm.
It's
He's
close. It's
this
a
is
close
I
take
think
pass
this is a
decision.
take.
It's a close decision.
He passes
What
again.
Yeah. It's a close
You
decision.
don't want to get to
He's-
2
and
away.
he's
Yeah,
taking
It's
a
close
break.
decision.
I understand, but Lord, don't you want to? I want the 4 cube, and I'm never going to have access to it now.
Why not?
Why not? Why am I not going to have
The
access
one
to
on
it?
15 can actually double.
2
to
away,
2.
4 away. Now, now it's 2 away, 5 away. You're never going to get a 4 cube.
It's 2 away, 7 away, but anyway.
Right, it's 2 away, 7 away.
Yeah.
So at least you could whip the 4. You could get the 4 cube. You're okay. I take that.
You can easily have a position where your cube as the one being 2 away.
Right, of course.
Then you can have the 4 cube because you recube right away. Of course.
Yeah, but that's usually when you're already on life support.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
But you're not having it here because Marc's not cubing unless
You can
he's
try 10
gin.
pips, 10 pips down, 75, and then it's always interesting to put this one up and play around with the score.
I also think it's a pass.
Yeah, I would say it's a money pass, and then here it's not a.
Slight bet.
compared
What do we want to bet? Let's bet. Bet.
75, 95? No, that's too much.
No, that's wrong.
What's what?
75, 85.
It was a wedge. It was
Something like
3.
that.
It was 2. It was 2 here,
Yeah, it's just, the
it was
race is
2
the same
here.
now. The race is the same.
but it's not the same.
Double take. Huge.
Yeah, huge take.
Huge take.
Thank you.
What is the take point?
It's okay. I accept apologies from all Europeans. So.
Take point for the 7-away player is with a live cube. It says 18%. So your normal dead cube take point.
But I can also say
Wow, we missed the whole game.
Wow, yeah. We're so excited about the previous game and the correct cube action.
Yeah.
So what happened here is Marc is taking a break.
Okay.
So now we are at 6 away,
now we can talk
away.
about how the American got it right. Let's let's talk about how that.
Well, he got it wrong because he dropped.
No, this American, not that American.
But
this American.
So this one is actually a little interesting, but that must be the weightage because I was actually evaluating it to be a money pass, but this is a money take, right?
Yeah.
So
10 pips?
so 10 pips at 75.
85.
For the leader, 75 away is normally a pass, I would say.
Normally he's one pip.
Maybe if you shift this and
Sure.
give a little more, give the
Right.
5 a little, like you put this checker back but make the 5 heavy, maybe
Sure.
maybe you can squeeze a pass out. But that 5 gap ends up being huge.
Yeah,
I agree with that. Normally the moment of last take would be 84.
exactly.
But because of this gap, this gap is apparently huge.
Yeah.
This is also a learning moment for me, yeah.
I do what I can with you guys.
Yeah.
Can I comment on my countrymen?
my son. I'm sorry. How do you approach it?
You play my son.
Oh. Tough player, as you see.
Okay, but it's close.
Oh, it's close. It's closer to this.
He played very physical moves. He kicked cubes. You dropped them, but
Should we just wait about a minute and then start, or should we wait for a second?
Don't wait for us to we're here.
Carter will let us know when to start. Carter will let us know when to start. You're breaking up the name badge. We'll bring you better luck.
You want to sit here?
Well, you should sit by your computer. So
was Steen's mic. Am I already on air? Okay, so we are waiting for this exciting semi-final to resume. Steen had other things to do, so it will just be Carter and myself here. Huh? Me?
Yeah, I thought so.
Okay.
Okay. So
There we
here
go.
are. Yeah, no, I see.
Wow.
You're perfectly framed. Excellent. Yes.
So a 6-5 opening run, and followed by a 6-6 and a 6-3 run. So this looks like a simple game to play.
Yeah.
Nice
Wanna
hit.
hit the 3.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess you just continue.
Mm-hmm.
And your double sixes put you in a nice race lead.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't want to get popped back in some weird fashion.
Mm-hmm. Hmm.
That being said, you're going to keep trying to swing at him. You love the uncubed gammon right now.
Mm-hmm.
And hits.
You can hit, yes.
Yeah. So right now, Marc seems to have a commanding lead in this position, and if you roll that double 6 from the roof, which you always seem to do in these ugly situations,
Well, it's another 6 which hits.
that's helpful. But there are 7s, there are 3s.
Ooh.
Yeah,
I think Marc will hit.
yeah, I think so too.
Mm-hmm.
It's easier to not have to worry about cube action when you're just blitzing, and and the blitz has ended now.
Mm-hmm. Or has started on the other
Yeah.
side.
Yes, it's switched positions.
Mm-hmm.
So 4-6 is
Out.
decent response,
Yeah.
but
Decent, yeah.
3s and 7s are definitely Jack's friend right here.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the 3. I guess you make the bar.
Uh-huh. I agree.
There's argument for the 9, but to clean up some of those blots, but it seems like the most returns back.
Mm-hmm. This leaves only 5 shots.
5-2. Oh,
Yeah.
this is not the best.
No.
You've got to come in under the fire of all those checkers.
Mm-hmm.
It may almost be worth hitting here.
Oh.
You know, you're dumping to the ace. You know, the other 2, you can't stack your 6.
Can you maybe make the 11? Duplicate ace somewhat?
Yeah.
I'm not
I see
sure.
that.
I'm not sure.
I don't like this at all.
The cube may be coming here.
Jack should think about it because
Yeah.
I mean, it's weird. You only have 2 interboard points, but you're looking to make a 3rd on his head.
There it is.
Yep. I think this is
125 for white. 104, 120, 128. There's only like 3-4 pips in it.
Yeah, this is definitely not. It's not. This one's not about the race. This is about the threats.
Yes, and the gammon threat.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Good.
I kind of like this. I mean, I like this pass just because of score.
Mm-hmm.
You want Jack to not win 4. You'd like him to just win the 1. You know, you're still 2 away.
Mm-hmm.
You still have plenty of time.
Yeah. I actually talked to Marc in the break, and he said he kind of...
Coached him? Is that what you're
I
saying?
talked to him.
Okay.
We exchanged ideas.
Right.
And he actually said that he kind of knew that this huge, monstrous drop that it was a take, but didn't want to put the match on the line. So both players have opted to give away a point somewhere, quite knowing that it was a huge take. I guess they call it match play.
I talked to Jack and he said something along the same lines about how when he did it,
Uh-huh.
he was
Sure.
he passed, but he was surprised about the 10 pip difference, and I was like, that 5 gap
Mm.
it repeats. So,
Yes.
and you really don't have now. He doesn't have. He's going to have to claw back 1 point at a time.
Uh-huh.
You know.
The score is also a little bit different from the 2-away, 6-away score in that the gammons are worth much more for the 5-away player.
Right.
And the take point for the 2-away player is about 17%, so he can take much deeper in simple races and holding games, but should be careful of in gammonish positions. But Marc has just made an anchor, so that takes some of the pressure off.
Right. I don't know about this 5. I kind of like, even though you're going into the triple shot, I like the 5 down. You want to maybe get that. You want to maybe get his 5 point as your anchor to fight from. Now he's the 3s, 1 slashes, 6-5. 6-5 does nothing.
You could run. Is that an option here?
Yeah, I think I would.
Uh-huh.
I mean, now you're under fire with a 3 and 5, but he's got to clean up blots, and you're not going to get a better play out of it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, otherwise, what are you doing? Slotting your 5 point,
Mm-hmm.
and then slotting your 5 point, and then you want to come down instead. So now you're giving 4s, 1s, 8. Yeah, this isn't.
Or something like 13, 7, 6,
This
1.
seems-
Is that something?
Yeah, this seems like the move.
It likes a natural move.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That seems reasonable.
Yeah.
And I guess safe the checker.
Mm. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's still stuck with that those 4 or 5 checkers on his midpoint,
Yeah.
which
Up
you
to the
just
6.
which you suggested he got rid of a moment ago.
Well, I mean, if you come down, you've got a little 3 duplication, but those extra ace plays are just.
Mm-hmm.
This just seems like it's going to be a little too much.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, but I mean, but this is also when he didn't stay on the 5 point, this is one of your problems.
You're right.
So, and the problem also is that he comes in with the double hit, the
Mm.
3-1, double 1s, double 3s.
Mm-hmm.
He can get uncubed gammon for match. So
Sure.
Jack has to be a little more careful, that. I mean, those are the shots that end tournaments.
Mm-hmm. Sure. Yep.
So
So Joker avoidance, but he chose to go for the flexible play here.
see,
There's the 3-1
there's the
you
3-1.
mentioned.
Yeah, and the double hit.
You are a
Yeah.
true visionary.
I mean, when you witness as much pain as we have,
Mhm.
you understand where the flow goes.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean,
Wow, that's another hit.
yeah,
This is looking good for Mark.
it is. I mean, Jack really needs to roll that 5-3, 3-1, some kind of sequence. 2-6
Wow.
is not doing it.
Okay. One thing's
because
for sure, Mark can never cube this.
Mark doesn't cube, and Jack has a very poorly timed ace-2 game.
Poorly timed, you see that right away?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm,
Because
Yeah, I would have trouble with that.
because the problem is that all these checkers for Mark are in the zone and super playable.
Mm-hmm.
So you're making the 5 point, you're making the bar point, you're doing the things that really end up making this. Here's the bar point.
Makes the bar. I think I would make the bar.
Yeah.
Yeah, making the bar. But coming out with the 6 was a great play, of course. Like you said, there was no timing, so coming out, you don't want to get stuck into a backgammon. There's the re-hit. Okay, some forward play.
Yeah, but
And
I don't know if this is exactly. I mean,
Uh-huh.
what you want to be doing out of this. So 3 and 5 down.
Yeah. With down, you mean to the 8.
Yes, of course.
Mm-hmm. Otherwise, it would be in.
Right.
Mhm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Wow, that's a
Here's-
crusher.
This is where, this looks crushing, but the problem is that
It's a crusher for red. I mean,
Yeah.
it's he doesn't like it probably.
you don't want to speed up here.
No.
You know?
Yeah. Okay,
As
okay,
much as
okay.
you want to slot that 5,
Yes.
it's just not worth it.
Not the time.
All right, 2-3.
Wow. And the 3.
You may slot here. I mean, I feel like you don't mind getting hit. You would actually not. You'd actually prefer to get hit and maybe recirculate and get a little more time out because
Mhm.
right now White has all the time in the world.
Yes. This is
This
an option, yeah.
invites death.
Mm-hmm.
This is the double 3.
Yeah,
double
no.
1 points of doom. Okay.
Okay, but we are in a back game situation. So on the one hand, you want to keep your 2 anchors in the back, and that would also imply you play purely in the front by slotting, like you suggested. But here, I think Jack decides he doesn't have the timing, and wants to create some forward-going motion.
Right, but so what's he trying to get out of this? He doesn't have the holding game. He doesn't. He's
Mm-hmm.
okay.
I think this is like a bit of an improvement already.
Yep.
See?
Yeah, but now he's going to be forced off on a 6. This is not going to work.
Okay.
Like this is.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I would love to see this some small double 1, double 2 permutation where you can maybe get out of this, but
Mm-hmm.
this is just those 4 checkers back and running out of time in the back. It's just not going to.
Mm-hmm.
It'll never fly, Orville.
Well, yeah. Maybe I'm being naive to think that red still has chances here. I mean,
No, I think red has chances, but the problem is that when you switch that game with the Kastenbreda lecture of the blocking power,
mhm.
you know, it's a huge thing. Well,
But look at this, you
this
know.
helps,
You know.
but you've got a lot of twos that you need fairly quickly.
And you don't. I would play 7-3, 7-4.
7-4.
What? Do you play 10? Do you play down to create a builder? I think this is. I think I
Yeah,
would
I
play
mean-
this. Safety would be my prime concern.
4-3 would be a great roll for Jack.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause you could actually do
3-2 is not bad either.
Yep.
It's an improvement. Mark needs to get out of there. Get out of the out of dodge. Not necessarily.
Not necessarily the. I mean,
What else is there? What else
well,
is
I
there?
mean, I was thinking about some weird way to slot the bar to get
Uh-huh.
a free hit. So
Wow.
the double twos. I mean, this just
Make the
looks
9?
like. I mean, it looks like the 9, but now the fight's going to be past you. If he rolls that 4 or 2, he's really going to.
Oh, there's the bar. See that red has chances?
I see that red has chances.
Ah. You
Now I also
point.
see the 3-point.
Yes. But Mark is in trouble. I would feel that I'm in trouble here.
Would it cost him, say, 38 pips to get that 1-6?
I think I would consider cubing here. You have some immediate wins.
Yeah.
1-6, 1-4, 2-4,
5-4.
5-4. That's 6 rolls to start. 5-6. And anything else.
Your fans aren't that bad with a high anchor.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
It's a nice switch for Jack. I apologize. He definitely.
He
found
waits.
something.
He waits and he lost his
1-4.
market.
Yeah, you've overshot your market now. I mean, unless you get hit with a double ace.
Oh, there's the 1-6, a roll
that is
too
the
late.
Worst sequence.
Oh, it would have been a super joker if
Yeah.
Jack had not hit.
Yeah, now it's a super anti-joker. Unless, of course.
Wow.
1, 2,
No.
Yep.
Wow, it's over. And Jack is now going for the undoubled gammon.
Yeah, he's got nowhere else to go. All right, so there's the 5. Is there the 5? I guess you just don't want blots, right? But you're going to have a blot regardless. I guess you take the blot on the ace. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you will clean this up. Double 2s.
Mm-hmm.
Just march yourself along the board. So this is the miracle double 1, double 6 permutation that you hear so much about.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Jack just wants to get out.
Yeah, yes.
That works okay.
Yes.
Usually doubles here that aren't completely playable or painful.
As long as Mark has this 4 prime, this broken 4 prime, there is a glimmer of hope.
Right.
Like here, you want to roll what? Double 5s.
Yeah. 6
Is the best.
6-5.
That's also good.
2-6 is good.
Which 2 to play?
I feel like this is the wrong one just because
Mm.
if he cracks with the 4, his 5s are horrific.
Okay.
Well, 5-1 is, I guess, not 5-1, 2-3, but 5-4.
Jack takes a roll and wow,
Okay.
breaks the 6 prime. Suddenly,
Just a 1. That's
Wow.
a great number because Jack really needs to.
this
Oh.
is again
yeah,
a similar thing
It's
as the
interesting.
previous.
So Jack's thinking maybe I cube here. I do not want to. Okay,
Mhm.
he's just running.
Okay, but it's not over.
No, it's not. But double 3s.
Okay.
You maintain a 4-point board.
Mm-hmm.
Jack's not going to be intimidated. The only bad number is double 6s. Any 6 out is kind of a 1, 2, 3, 4.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Double 6s is the super joker.
Yes.
Not available. So now you're down to a 3-point board.
Okay.
So, I mean, it's getting to that point where you maybe cube just because you don't get the gammons a lot.
Mm-hmm.
You're
You get what, 16% gammons or no?
y-
A bit
two
more,
back,
more.
And this distribution. Maybe you get a little more because of the broken board, you can't reach in as quickly.
Mm-hmm.
But if he just rolls a checker out right now, I feel like, oh, okay.
Oops.
Oh, that was an interesting way to make that. And now you're even. I'm not sure.
Okay.
I'm not sure if it was a 5 or 4 on the 5.
Yeah, me neither.
So, oh,
M-
so
Marc-
they're asking for a ruling, probably.
Yep.
They're probably going to be coming in here, I would assume, to ask for the camera. Can you rewind? So there are 5 on the. Oh, open the for sure.
Ah.
This is correct.
No, there was 5 on the 5.
5 on the 5. Yeah, that's what I thought as well. Okay. So they're probably looking for us because they don't understand where the camera are, but the reason they take a break is to look. So I will track them down. I'll be right back, kids. So.
Yeah, they're trying to
There
figure
were 5 on the 5 on the 5.
5, 4, and 2.
So what just happened is that as Marc made his checker play, his sleeve got stuck and messed up the bear of position of Jack. So some checkers were shoved, but they seem to have managed to reconstruct the position. Yes. So Jack is still going for the undoubled gammon. I can't blame him. I think I would do the same.
Yep. There we are. Yeah, this looks. It's just set, even number.
Oh.
That's in the final.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I don't like this one. I mean, I guess you're thinking that maybe you've got like the 4-2. If he leaves, that can pound the other checker. But I feel like your main. Oh, all right, and he's even again. So, all right, Jack.
Mm-hmm.
You need a set. That's a great set.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
He's taking away half his roll. Okay.
Okay.
It's
Oof.
really close.
Yeah.
You know, Marc needs a crossover.
Yeah.
Would prefer 2 of them.
Mm-hmm. He's only got 1.
Right. That's a 4.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So.
Okay. Marc needs something high.
Oh, yeah, he needs at least 10 or better. This is not it.
Not good.
So maybe Jack rolls a ace sequence,
Mm-hmm.
and Marc can save that way. But this is going to be a hard save.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah, this is double 4s and double 3s get off. This is double. Has to be it. You get double 4s and double 3s,
Mm-hmm.
just in case he doesn't roll that ace. He didn't.
Okay. Come on, Marc. Do you have a miraculous save? No.
Okay.
Wow.
So here we are. We're 3 away, 2 away. Jack climbing back. Oh no. My wife just sent me a message that it snowed again overnight. Dear Lord. Chicago's getting pummeled by snow. I shouldn't come home. Okay.
The relevance to this match escapes me slightly. Jack again goes for the aggressive 4-1 slot.
Yeah,
He's now 3 away, 2 away. How about that for an exciting score?
Yep. And Marc's hitting.
Yeah.
Jack wants to come in and with a 3 or a 1 available. So,
Yeah, well,
It hits, but I mean, you really want that 5 point.
He doesn't get it.
Wow.
Things
This
are
is a
starting
bad
to go
sequence.
south for Mark,
This
I
is a bad
fear.
sequence for Marc.
Very bad. It's your famous 2-6 from the bar.
Yeah. Or 6-4 also
Okay,
works well.
wow. A dance, and we can already see a cube flying.
Yeah.
Okay. Anchor and hit.
This looks cubable.
Cubable.
You know, you got 5s, 4s, and then full primes. That's
There's also bad rolls, those 6s. Well, 6s make
yeah, this
would have made the bar.
This is a little. Is the 3 the split or the 3 to the 5? Yeah, I like this. actually.
Sure.
Yeah. This seems reasonable. Are we back into the hitting permutation? Because you don't have the time for a 1-2 game either. Actually, no, you have. I think White does have the time for it. So
I think Mark is ready for a pass.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
Two-way.
Oh.
Here we are.
Did you see the quarterfinal between Mark and Kimon Papachristopoulos?
Did not.
That was a 15-pointer, which went 21 games. It went like point by point and ended in an amazing double match point game,
Oh, yeah?
with chances flying all over the place.
How fast are we seeing this cube, do you think? soon
Not
as
sure.
it's a slider.
Well, Mark decides to wait.
This
I
may
don't
be
know
Jack's
Jack.
time.
I don't know his tendencies.
I think if it's not
Is he trying to
close,
trick Mark?
5 point is huge.
So both players refrained from doubling.
And the 4-3 doesn't, well, it can double hit, but
Yes.
it doesn't hit that checker outside, which was the
No.
point.
But double hitting is fine because you buy time.
I think I would ship here. The ace, I mean, you just he's got the garbage. You know, you have him boarded. You know, of course, every time you do ship, then you roll the double 6 from the roof. But I like this double.
Okay.
So Yep.
Okay.
now you really are happy that you got the Cuban.
Okay.
1-6.
Wow.
Yeah. Not a lot of options.
No.
So
Now the tension is palpable because Mark seemed to be cruising to a victory.
Marc, you mean Jack?
No, Mark. I mean in the match. He was up 2 away, 6 away, 2 away, 5
I thought
away.
He was cruising. I thought
He
he was
was
saying he's cruising now. I'm like,
No, no, no,
we
no,
need
no,
to look at this
no,
board,
not now.
'cause this is looking.
So it would be quite a comeback by Jack. He made some overly cautious passes to keep it tight.
But he got that super joker double in that was a no double, and got the pass out of it. So
Where do you play your last 4s? Probably 2 down at least.
yeah, I
blocking
think I go
6s.
I think I go 3 down. I mean, or you can make the 4 just outright. You know, and leave no extra checkers. But you're getting you're getting slapped around. You know, he definitely doesn't want him getting that 4 anchor in his inner board. So Jack's going to be swinging. So I feel like the 3 in is fine.
Oh. A stupid suggestion, but you could actually hit loose.
On the ace,
No.
that would suck.
Yeah, that would would not be
That
good.
would,
Yeah, no. I thought you could hit loose on the deuce, but that's not correct. As a tempo hit, I mean, but no,
Look at
making a
this.
point is much better.
So
What's
now
this?
I think this is 2 up. I think this
Yeah,
is
2 up,
the
2 up. Oh, Mark's under pressure now.
Really needs a
Oh,
4.
he really needs to 4, or
Yeah, a 4.
it'll be curtains.
Yeah, this is definitely Jack knows. All right, you're definitely hitting. You can't let him anchor.
No.
And then I guess you give the super joker double 4. Oh, actually, if you bring the 3 down, you don't have to give the joker double 4, and you have a 6 cover. I think you'd bring the 3 down.
I agree with you
Yeah,
100%.
it's going to be,
Mm-hmm.
so many times people are like, it's duplication. And then when they roll it, it's death.
Mhm.
So
No.
this makes the last 4 real painful if he was to come in with the double 4s.
Marc's tournament is on the line,
Yeah.
but the 4
He needs a little
gives him
dance
some relief.
out of Jack. Okay, this helps.
Yeah, this helps. Some hope.
Whoa. Okay, that's
Wow.
that now you're giving double 1s and double 3s. Double 4s and double 3s is just the super joker with when you cock the one die and it's one of the ones you really need, it never comes back. So Jack is still going to be swinging. Ooh, 5-4. You want to hit, but that 3-point is good. All right, so that's the 4. And I feel like the 2 could be anchor or down. But you definitely don't give him the double 4. And you want the 6 cover anyway.
Yes.
So maybe it is just the 5-point. Yeah, this is withstands a little garbage time if the guy rolls double 3s. You know, I think that's wrong.
I hear you. Yep.
So here we are.
Okay.
Double 5s. This is and
wow.
now it's we can see on the screen it's a little rougher. You can see Marc's looking a little more tense.
Yeah.
Oh, you got a 3 in.
Yeah.
He really needs to get that anchor. I mean, there's still a lot of work for Jack to do if he doesn't. Yeah.
Jack goes for the kill.
Yeah.
Goes for the throat.
Yes.
Wow, this is huge. Sometimes they come, sometimes they don't.
If a 5 is rolled here, it's pretty much over. Oh, okay. So, still a glimmer of hope.
Glimmer.
But it is only
It's
a glimmer.
huge. It's, yes. Wow.
So, Jack is deciding, I feel like this is the right call. I never like this. Every time that happens, boxes come. Like, this is, you still trap him behind a 3 prime if he rolls the double 3. So, okay, you got 1 hit.
Okay.
Now you got a little bit of tempo because even if he comes in hitting, he's not going to get that extra checker. He's not going to have the closer.
Right.
So he's got the stuff in the area, but if you roll the 3 here, you're going to have some time to get this other checker in.
Yeah, 1-3 would be great. That's how tournaments are decided. It's
Yep.
not there.
All right, so there's the 2. The 3 is either anchor or out.
Anchor or out,
You're
yeah.
not coming in because you want the 5 away. You don't want the 2 away or 3 away.
I think he's looking for rolls that cover.
He's looking for the
Extra
roll.
roll that
Sometimes you have a
covers.
double
Mhm.
that comes and
Double 4 maybe now? No.
no, double 4s
No,
does
no,
not.
no. Double,
And
double
10s
6.
don't do it
No.
because it would have to be a 20. So yeah, you're not.
No.
You aren't going to get anything, but you can.
Oh.
Getting closer is going to be better. So even if you don't, or even if you get hit back, you get some return shots. So I think this is it.
This
All
is
right. And this is, this is the game, so the time's not going to be a problem.
crunch time.
So 6-1, get closer. 7-away
Maybe
made
with 3 on the bar, can you consider lifting?
No.
Never.
No, you don't. I mean, he really doesn't have the threats. So I feel like if you lift here, then that's the gap that you're never gonna fill. You know, he's gonna have a ghost 3 game.
Okay, but do you need that? Do you need?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, don't you? Look, I mean,
Well, it's not the gammons don't.
the gammons don't matter, but it's the.
Okay, there's a 3.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
we
a
always.
I can't tell who you're rooting for.
I mean, it's hard to tell,
Yeah,
is it?
exactly.
I know how to mask my
Right.
preference.
Hold,
No.
you hide your emotions so well.
Mm.
Maybe you come in because then you get the ace. It's more than the 7s that you're having to hit.
Well, you can't blame me for rooting from my.
Of course,
I mean,
you can't.
Belgium is a
I
small backgammon
understand.
country. We have maybe 10 players who can play decently. It would be huge for Belgium if
To win
Marc.
to get to the Gibraltar.
It's already huge. I mean that he's got that far.
I think he's played well. I mean,
Sure, he's
I think
played well.
You know, all right, 5-1. So Jack is trying yet again to close him out. Okay, 5. The 2 will be the cover.
Yeah, there it is.
And
The sword of
again,
Damocles.
yes, is dangling over the head.
Oh, now he's considering the
that's-
lift.
That's not it.
well, I'm not. You're
that's
not, okay.
not
Okay, you sound very confident.
Yeah, I mean,
I mean, when gammons don't count.
gammons don't count, but the whole thing is structure counts. And when you waste it, you're throwing away a checker,
Mm-hmm.
and you're there's a hole that just doesn't get filled easily.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, this is. I feel like this is snuff time.
We
So,
know. You never know. You never know.
Yeah.
We've all seen Stranger Things.
We've all anticipated the.
No, it's
Okay,
not there.
This is,
Mark has
this
run
is a
out of
lot
luck.
This is a lot of covers here.
Yes.
6s and 5s. Yeah. But 7.
7.
Okay, so now he's thinking. Oh, he's not even thinking about the 6 point. Okay. So this is still doable.
It's not impossible.
Double 4s. No, it's not impossible, but highly improbable. Definitely.
Not
Once.
yet. Wow.
All right, so I feel like Jack has felt like he's had so many cover numbers, he may actually lift the 6 and just kind of play that game.
I agree.
I
Lift
don't
the 6,
the
why
lift.
not?
I don't like this lift. I don't like this.
Okay.
I mean, and look at how he's playing it. So it's just like, oh, I still want to make it,
Yeah,
but
no. Yeah, I see it now.
this is-
Because the gap will be there till the end. Oh, and he does it. He makes that play that you so detest.
Yep. Yeah. Okay. You can pat yourself on the back that guy didn't get hit, but that guy getting hit didn't matter. What matters is now you have a checker out of play. Okay. So I kind of want to see.
But he wasn't hit. But I mean, if he had left it
Yep.
slotted, he would have been hit. And now, of course, there was no hit.
Right. Oh.
There it is.
Yep. Okay.
Okay,
So-
aces would give some hope to Mark. That's about the only thing I can see.
Right.
Ah,
Oh wow. Yeah, I think you're supposed to come down just because you don't crack with the aces. But it's a trivial crack because you're
Yeah,
just
yeah.
breaking the 6 and you've got a lot of
Mhm.
returns.
yeah.
5-2. Okay.
I think Belgium should resign itself now to.
No, that third checker
Ah, really?
so many times gets that last shot. The
Mm.
guy rolls the double in, like here it's like the 5-1 sequence.
Then
know,
contains
and
that
then-
checker.
Yeah. So I mean, that's the whole thing is you're playing. Yeah. I'm sure Jack would be like, bring them all in by all means. So
Mhm.
Jack's trying to roll an ace or something like this. See, look, here's the flexibility. When you have that third checker up,
Mhm.
you know, a lot of times
You
it
wanna
ends up
dance here.
getting-
I think you want to dance.
Yeah,
you
you
don't.
definitely
You
wanna
want to
dance.
dance. Okay, it will have to be now or never.
Yeah.
Double 6s, double 5s, double 4s.
Ooh, double
This
ones
clears
is over.
Is over. Yes.
This has to be
Too
it.
bad. But a great campaign
It was
by
a great
Marc. A great campaign, winning 7
Hey,
matches
you
in a
know what?
row.
You know what? Sometimes players get hypnotized and lose on time here when they try to play against. Yeah, this has to be it.
Okay.
Well
wow.
done, well
great.
fought.
Great
Jack
semi-final.
Edelson in the finals against the Norwegian-Iranian Elias. So yeah, this is going to be a great final. So yeah, stay tuned. It's going to be. What time is the final? Do we know? 3 o'clock. Oh god, it's in a half hour. So yeah, it'll be a great final. Looking forward to it. And we'll probably see you again in the commentary. We, of
Who
course,
knows?
yes.
Maybe, maybe not. Bye, everybody.
Take care, everybody.
Stood in a world of vines. You were still so lovable in this light. Take on the winds tonight as our bursting garden shoots intertwine. The creature comforts when we're cold. The cocoon to curling cuddle folds. When the creases cover up our shoulders, envelop sensitive fingers green, like the perfect mother I'd ever seen. A creature comforts when we're cold, a cocoon to curling cuddle folds, and when the crease sheets cover up our shoulders,